Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, but literally the only thing that's been stopping me is I didn't have a calculator. In this video, I just want to show you guys some of the tips that we use in order for us to maintain a one-income household. I'm currently staying at home with both of the kids while Tommy is working full-time. About a year and a half ago, I got laid off from my job. So God has blessed us and been able to give Tommy a job that's able to provide for our family while I'm able to stay home with the kids. So I made a goal for myself that because I'm going to be staying home with the kids, I wanted to focus on myself. I wanted to use this time, even though being a full-time stay-at-home mom is no joke. It's definitely not easy, but I wanted to use this time to invest in myself, meaning to do something for me that I wouldn't have been able to do if I was the one that was working full-time as well. That for me was pursuing my YouTube. So it's been 9 months since I started my YouTube channel and I'm so happy that I did. I still haven't gotten monetized, but I've done almost 100 videos already, which is really exciting. I've been loving doing this. I've been loving talking to you guys, doing projects, showing the mommy content, going thrift shopping, all of that. But as of right now, I'm still not getting any money from doing these videos. So we are still a one-income household. So technically this year would be the year that my son could start school, but me and my husband talked it over. We decided we were not going to send him to school this year. We're going to keep him home one more year. So that means that I'm going to be staying home this year with the kids again. But we wanted to make it a little bit easier on ourselves and see what we can do to make our monthly living expenses go down. So we were determined, okay, when we get our income taxes, we are going to do this, that, and the third in order to lower our monthly income expenses so that we can be more comfortable and have more wiggle room when it comes to bills and stuff and not be completely paycheck to paycheck. We're showing you guys real numbers, and then of course once I get monetized on YouTube, which I'm hoping let it be within the next 2 months, I'll at least have some kind of income. Even though it may be small, but it's still some kind of income. It could probably pay for a bill or two, you know. So anyways, yeah, let's dive into these numbers. Okay, so let's start off with everything that we wanted to pay off. Okay, so let's add this all up. So the total amount of things that we want to pay off is $4,751.67. Let's talk about how much each of these were costing us a month. So our Honda payment, which is actually was very low because we had a really good interest rate on that, is only $167 a month. Our electric bill in the winter, comes almost at $300. And that is why this balance is very high, because it's very difficult to keep up with a very high payment like that. So we were just putting into it whatever we could put into it. Most of the time I was doing like $200 to $250 payments, an insane amount of money for just 2 months of electric bill. So yeah, we want to pay that off completely. Gas bill, this was only a month of a bill right here. So, but this is because the basement gas was on all day, every day. Now we learned our lesson and we do not have it on all day, every day. We only turn it on sporadically. This payment right here was averaging $250. This was a car expense that we just had to get done, unfortunately. This is just a one-time shot, so I won't include that in the payment. This, we were doing $300 payments a month, but only because this is what we use for groceries. But we did buy something else with this. That's why the amount is like that. But normally we would only do $150 every 2 weeks on the card so we can get the rewards, and then we would pay it off at the end of the month. The Kohl's CC, that was just, you know, Christmas shopping. Not really a high amount, but that minimum payment was $70. Capital One payment, minimum was $25, but we would do $50. This other CC, minimum was also $25, but we would also just do $50. And then Affirm, y'all already know, this was that monitor that I got for Tommy, but this monthly payment was $49 that we no longer will have. And then the Toyota, which was the second biggest expense of ours, that monthly payment was $485. I will explain why this is so much in a little bit once we get to that. So everything that you see here is basically almost all of our debt other than the house. So when you add all of these monthly payments together, so 167, all these payments together were $1,721. So this is a number that we knew we wanted to bring down. Other than the electric bill and the gas bill, these are all unnecessary payments that we're making a month that are making our monthly expenses so high. So now our total monthly credit card payments, add monthly up here, is $0. Okay, put away the credit cards. If we can't pay it for cash, we are not getting it. Paid off our Hondas. Now we own our Honda outright, so we will no longer have the $167 of Honda payment. So our Honda payment right now is $0. We have paid off all Affirm, so we have 0 payments towards Affirm. So this is where I was able to find a way to save money. So when you're a homeowner, there's a thing called budget billing. Basically, it takes the average monthly payments for the 12 months and that becomes your new set payment. If you overpay, you get that money back next year. If you underpay, then you have to pay that balance. So our electric bill, instead of us paying $300 towards the electric bill, now our new set monthly payment is $197. And then for our gas bill, instead of the payment being $250, our new set is $103. From $300 to $197 to $250 to $103 is a huge savings for us. You have no idea. This is a huge saving for us. Okay, so let's talk about this Toyota. So we leased this Toyota 3 years ago for a few different reasons. So before we got the Toyota, I had a Chrysler. This Chrysler was my 4th vehicle in 3 years. I kept trading in the vehicle for something else. Next thing I know, I had $4,000 in negative equity in the Chrysler. Even though my car payment was only $260, I was gonna have to pay on this car for over 6 years. And for me to trade it in meant that I was gonna have to roll that negative equity into the new car payment. So one way to get out of negative equity quicker is by leasing a new vehicle and putting that amount into the new lease, meaning that in 3 years, when the lease is up, you would have paid the negative equity and you pay what you're paying for the vehicle. So after those 3 years, you can walk away from the vehicle and you have a completely clean slate. You could basically start all over again. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to just have that option to completely start over again. So now that we have paid off the Honda, now we only have 1 car payment. But this car payment is $485 because of my $4,000 of negative equity that I rolled into it. Thank God this lease matured this month. So we were given the option to either walk away from it or buy it out. We really liked the Prius. So we knew we did not want to walk away from this vehicle. So basically how a lease works, you have a set amount at the end of the 3 years that you have the option to buy out the vehicle for. Considering everything that has happened in the last 3 years, the vehicle was set to be appraised at $14,000 by the time we were done paying off our lease. This vehicle, when we purchased it, was a $32,000 car. Yeah, so we've been paying a good chunk of money into this vehicle. But now that that's all said and done, we have a completely clean slate. We have the chance to now buy a 2018 Prius Prime with only 40,000 miles on it. So if you know, Toyota's 40,000 miles, that's absolutely nothing for a Toyota, for only $14,000. Eventually, we do want to get a bigger family car, but right now, our goal is for a lower monthly payment. So the fact that we can still keep our Prius and lower our payment drastically was a very, very appealing offer for us. Like I mentioned, our payment was $485. We went in, we signed the papers, and we walked out with a new payment of $280. That is a huge difference. And the only reason why it is that high is because we didn't get a good interest rate. What we'll do is in a few months, we will try to refinance with our bank, and that way we can get the same interest rate that we got on the Honda, which was 2%, and then that made our payment lower. But right now, we just had to make the decision of just buying out the car to lower our expense right now. So as you see, we're saving a lot of money in different areas. So let's see what the difference is of what we were paying and what we will be paying now for these new expenses. On all of those expenses was $1,721. So our new monthly payments total, which include the electric bill, gas bill, Toyota payment, and then now we no longer have any CC payments, no Affirm payments, no Honda payment, is now $197 plus $103 plus $280, $580. So the difference, that means that we're going to be saving $1,141 a month in expenses. This is a huge number, and this is going to be a huge weight lifted off of our shoulders just by paying off all of the unnecessary things, using the income tax, giving ourselves a good start to the new year. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let me just talk about a couple other things that we did in order to try to save money. So the first thing I did was contact the home insurance agency, and basically what they did is they shopped around for different home insurances to see if I can get a better rate. So apparently home insurance has gone up this year, and apparently I'm fathered into deal, and we are already getting the cheapest rate possible. So I tried there. It didn't work out for us, but definitely check it out because it might work out for you. I was able to get a quote from Plymouth Rock for $152 while having both of the vehicles still having full coverage insurance. Currently, we're paying $220 for Progressive for that same coverage. So that is a $70 savings there that we were able to shave off of our monthly expenses by shopping around getting a different quote from a different car insurance company. The next thing you do is call your cable internet company and see what new promotion. You can change plans and save money there. If you made it this far in the video, I also just want to mention that Tommy isn't making some crazy amount of money either. So this isn't coming from somebody who has like a bunch of money in the bank, savings and investing and, you know, doing all that stuff, which is great. And I hope that one day we can actually get to that point. The only type of investment that we do right now is Tommy does have a 401k through his job, but that comes out automatically. So I don't even include that in the income that comes out because we don't even see it because that's before taxes. I'm really big on just living within your means and being able to set yourself up for success, not failure. So all that being said, we just wanted to be very smart with our money this year and use our income taxes to make sure it set us up good for the rest of the year in order for me to be able to stay home with these kiddos. And of course, I want to continue pursuing getting monetized by YouTube. If anything, I just hope that this video was an inspiration that you could do it too, that you don't have to make a ton of money in order to be a stay-at-home mom, that there is ways to, you know, make it work, make it happen. It's always going to be tough, of course, only being on one income. It's definitely tough. I hope this video was helpful and it gave you some tips. As always, I appreciate love and support, and I'll see you guys in my next one.